Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. We're very happy to welcome you to a new edition of our show titled Speak of Africa. Brothers and sisters, we're really happy with the way our numbers are going up. It looks like we're gaining a lot of momentum. Momentum. So many people are subscribing to the show and you are sharing it. So you're doing a great job. So keep doing the great job. This morning, when we look at our numbers, we realize that we had hit the target, which is 6,000 plus subscribers. Well, we started this show from scratch with nothing, but we wanted to give a voice to you, our people. And because of this, without any help, just relying on ourselves, you included, we've been able to get to 6,000 plus subscribers. This is great. We don't just want to rest on our laurels. We want you to even do more so that we can even get a bigger audience. What we are doing is what we promised to do from the very beginning. We want you to have a voice so that whatever you think can be heard all over the world. And that's what is happening. If you look at the content that we share with you every day on this show, you provide a lot of the content. We just arrange it and broadcast it worldwide so that more and more people can know what is happening to you. The show of today is going to be really interesting. We have so much to share with you, but we're going to keep everything brief because we know that time is money. We don't have too much time to sit and watch a show for an hour or so. We'll keep it just as short as 30 minutes, okay? So that you can really watch quickly. Then later on, if you need any more information, you can contact us. We're going to start by looking at Congo DRC. Finally, after 7 months, Felix Tshisekedi was able to form his new government. He has a new prime minister now, who is called Sylvestre Ilunga. Then there are 66 members in the new government. Interestingly, most of these guys come from Joseph Kabila camp, Joseph Kabila's party. As you know, Joseph Kabila is still a haunting presence in the new administration. But do not worry, the way we look at things, pretty soon he'll be history. He may be there now because he's been president for a long time, so he's still pulling strings behind. But this is not going to last for too long. Even U.S. former Secretary of State for Africa, Herman Cohen, made a comment that this is not going to last for a long time, and we agree with him. Joseph Kabila will be gone soon. If the International Criminal Court doesn't pick him up, then he will just fade into the sunset quietly, okay? So we're not really worrying about this, but at least we're happy that the country has a new government and things are going to start working, and Felix Tshisekedi, the president, is going to be doing things for the people. So we're very happy with this country because we feel the people of Congo DRC have suffered so much, and God has given them a new president, and we like this president too because he's God-fearing. He's unlike Mobutu, who was a devil worshipper, because most of these African presidents tend to be devil worshippers. And we want to talk a lot about devil worshipping in the show of today. So this is what we can tell you about Kabila. So he is really behind the scenes watching every move, but he's going to fade into the sunset. So next, we want to take you to Tokyo, Japan. Why Tokyo, Japan? There is a meeting of Africans, International Conference for Development. Why should African leaders, over 12 of them, have already agreed to travel to Japan for a conference on African development? We've always stressed on this show that the best way to develop Africa is for Africans to rely on their own resources. Self-reliance is the motto. By going to foreign countries to beg for foreign aid, it's a defeatist approach. Most of these guys are doing the wrong thing. Even Buhari of Nigeria. When we look at the list of presidents traveling to Tokyo to go and beg for money in the name of African development, Buhari's name was on top of the list. He's a leader of a big country such as Nigeria, and we're really wondering why he has to go to a place like this. Japan cannot develop Africa. Look at the Japanese. Did they go to another country to beg for aid to develop their country? No. After America bombed them, after the Second World War, they rose from the ashes and they started rebuilding their country. Okay? They had a new mentality. They don't have to rely on foreign aid because foreign aid always comes with strings. It becomes another form of colonialism. Okay? These people come in as if they want to help you. Look at like the Chinese. We have a video that we're going to show you. You see the way the Chinese will come to a place like Cameroon. Then they start taking the resources of the people. They start enslaving the people. Why can Cameroonians themselves not become entrepreneurs and do these projects?
Cameroon. It's got gold, timber, oil, and strategic ports. China wants it, and it will do what it takes to get it. This is Cameroon's president, Paul Biya. He's been president for 36 years, which can only mean one thing.
It's because a gangster ruler such as Mr. Paul Biya will not want to give the deals to Cameroonians. He will prefer that foreigners should own most of these properties so they can always share some of the money with him. So this is why Africa cannot really develop, as we're telling you. So a conference like this is a waste of time. There are more names of presidents, over 12 of them, who are attending this conference and will say the conference does not really meet our standards. When we talk about African development, we need to start focusing on self-reliance. Look at America. Did America borrow its way to prosperity? No. Look at Russia. Did Russia borrow its way to prosperity? No. Look at Britain. Did Britain borrow its way to prosperity? No. So Africans need to start learning that they cannot continue borrowing their way to prosperity. It's a mirage. It will never happen. And that's why we remain shithole countries. So excuse my language. Trump said it and he was telling the truth. Okay? We remain shithole countries because our leaders just like to borrow and squander the money on stupid projects that make no sense. So when I look at this conference, I don't really think it is good for the people, okay? So this Tokyo conference is not really important because it's not really good for the African people. Going there to ask for Japan to lend money to you so you can develop your country, nah. You've tried this theory for so many years. Over 50 years, it has not worked. So why do you keep doing the same thing? It's because African leaders are insane. Most of them are just coconut heads. I'm even surprised even the leader of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, also was on the list. So many, over 12 of them, going to Tokyo, Japan for this international conference. Okay? When we saw this, we saw that it's not really make any sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, we have another story.
Life insurance money secrets of millionaires and billionaires exposed. Discover how America's rich and famous exploit these arcane tools to build fabulous wealth. Why should these big white guys have all the fun? Let Prince Ojong, the celebrity author of The Miraculous Millionaire, show you the little understood life insurance way to riches. Are you still doubting the good things that life insurance can do for you? Trust strategies, estate planning, 401k rollover, annuity contract, cash value, education funding, executive benefits, income protection, life protection, living benefits, mortgage protection, tax-free retirement? Think and grow rich with life insurance. Your amazing journey to wealth begins by calling Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131.
We're looking at African Americans. We're looking at the anniversary of slavery. You've heard about slavery, chattel slavery, when Africans were transferred from the motherland to the Americas to work on plantations, cotton plantations, sugarcane plantations. This started around 1619, okay, when the slave ship docked in Jamestown, Virginia, for the very first time. So slaves from Africa got to Virginia in the United States in 1619. Today, 2019, we are celebrating the 400-year history of slavery. Slavery really hurt our people, and we are really happy because we saw some African Americans going back to the motherland to try to look for their roots. In fact, Alex Palmer-Haley had written a good book and even did a TV documentary on his search for his roots. And this project was really very, very popular because it was on TV and we really enjoyed it. Today, more African Americans are returning to the motherland to search for their roots. Samuel L. Jackson, a famous American actor, did this recently, and he described himself as someone who came from the Benga tribe in Gabon, which is good. We think that the more African Americans start identifying with Africa, it's good. It's not only good for African Americans, it's also good for Africans. Now we can start sharing. The Africans who were in this country after slavery are meeting now with people from the motherland. So there's a synergy. We can really work together to really produce what can really create development for us. So we are encouraging our people to network with Africans and African Americans. This is something good. We recommend it. Yeah, slavery is such a dehumanizing act. I don't really understand how white people with all their conscience could really enslave Africans, because it's so dehumanizing. Even today, we still feel the pain. We still feel the pangs and pains of slavery. After over 400 years, the scars are still there, and we have to deal with it. Sometimes black people talk about reparations and people laugh, but the problems are still there, and we have to contend with most of these problems. Okay? So that's it with slavery. We're going to move now to the next section of our show, which is going to be on Cameroon.
Hey, yo, Shay, I thought you was going to take me to this place so I could get my taxes done. You know I'm trying to buy a new house. What's up?
Let's get it on. If you searching for a house, call up my man Prince Ojong, the best in real estate. Take it from your guy's shape. When I say his services are the best in the states where it's born, he even take care of your tax forms, back refunds. So come, get your business done. Consultations, financial organization, fast processing, no waiting. This man is amazing. The Prince.
Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131.
We've been reporting a lot on Cameroon, Cameroon, and we want to shed light on what is happening in this part of the world. Most of you who watch our show are Cameroonians. I know that. I look at the statistics. Sometimes people ask me, why are you always talking about Cameroon? It's because I have to speak for you. I have to take your ideas and express them so that people can hear what you have to say. This week, things are really tough. There is a lockdown. In fact, I have pictures of so many newspapers, so many videos on Cameroon. If you ask what is happening in Cameroon, the term you hear is lockdown, lockdown, lockdown. Since the life sentence of Sissoco Ayok-Tabe, the interim president of Ambazonia, the people on the ground have reacted in rage. They cannot really understand why their president has been given a life sentence. And this has forced them now to react in a very terrible way. And this reaction is what the term lockdown. So they've decided to just shut down everything because, as they say, whenever they go out to protest, the Biya government kills them. So they are telling their citizens to just lock down everything so that everything comes to a standstill. The strategy, just like ghost towns, is to make sure that nothing is really working, so that the government is not really working, so that the government is not respected. It is really something that has to have a result. They said to everything, what is the cost? The immediate cost of this lockdown is the life sentence given to President Sissoco Ayok-Tabe. But there are many other causes. Our people are not happy. Why are they not happy? Let me show you a video. Look at a village called Kembong. This used to be the most vibrant village in Manyu Division. But today, this village is all grass, Kembong village. All the houses are filled with grass. The grass has grown. There's a young man who went back to look at his lost village, and he's talking in Ijagam, which is the language of the Kembong people. And when he talks, you can really hear him cry, because every place is just grass, and you cannot even see the houses. So everything is just down. Are you happy? What happened? The soldiers of Mr. Paul Biya, descended upon this village as they've done with other villages and burned everything down, then forced the people out, killed some of them. So the people have been living in the bushes for a very long time now.
There is Kembo. This is a main road leading to a direction. Look at houses. Look. Aside in this way, person will still see bush all over. See. Just look. Look at houses, look at grass. Look. This Kembo. Look. Look. This is a barren sea. A barren sea. This is late Mr. Otop's house. Late Mr. Otop's house. This is late Pambo. Look, Mr. Otop. Pambo. This is Ambazonia resident. In an area. For enjoy Mr. Ambazonia resident. Town hall, unity hall, grass all over. Arantex, Arayo resident. Okay, you attack John. Can't come over here. You attack John. Can't come over here. Everywhere butch. Oh no, Ojong.
So many villages have been burned. And when you look at this, this is why the people are really angry. Then when you look at even the video again, there's no way life can return to such a place because it will take probably 10 years before they can make such a place habitable again. And we don't really think it will be possible because the place is just gone. Kembo is just gone. But when you look at the newspapers, you can even see the panic. So many vehicles are moving. You see, the people just know that the lockdown means something serious. I'm going to show you another video of two young men. In fact, one of them, I call him the guy who has the red badge of courage. I remember back in my literature days, I read a book called The Red Badge of Courage by Stephen Crane. This is a guy who goes to war, Henry Fleming. He goes to war and he experiences war for the first time. He gets hurt, then he earns his red badge of courage. These young men have earned their red badge of courage and they are now ready to fight La République. They are ready to die, as they say themselves. In fact, the way most of them are looking at the conflict right now, it is like the conflict is shifting from the physical realm to the metaphysical realm. Now the people are believing in God. Before they were believing in Odeshi, but now the Amber Boys have turned their faith now to God. And you can see most of these Amber Boys. A few days ago they said they kidnapped a Bishop Jockeys in Kumbu. No, they said they did not really kidnap this bishop. What they wanted to do was they wanted the bishop to pray for them because now they are fighting for God.
We can protect our land because God Jesus accompany us in all our endeavors. We turn down to you, praying to you in the words that Jesus himself taught us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners.
They feel like they are soldiers for God. They are fighting a crusade. They are fighting a jihad against the devilish government of Mr. Paul Biya. And of course, most of them know that Mr. Paul Biya is devilish because he signed a pact with the devil and he has been using the blood of Ambazonians to feed the farms of Satan. Okay? So they know this. So if you're fighting, as we said before, when God is on your side, it gives you an edge. As God was with Moses, so shall God be with the Ambazonian people. And so they have turned the struggle from a physical struggle to a metaphysical one. Now they are praying, and they are praying with God. So they said they did not kidnap the bishop to hurt him. No, they just brought him to come and pray for them because they really need prayers for deliverance. Because with prayers, as we can tell you, when you pray, things happen. And we're really happy that the struggle has morphed into this stage where now the people believe in God. Because when you believe in God and you invoke God, good things happen to you. We know of the story of Goliath and David. Goliath was very big, David was very small, but because Goliath did not believe in God and David believed in God, David emerged victorious. Look at Emperor Constantine. He was an underdog when Rome was fighting with the other guys. But Constantine became the emperor of Rome and defeated the big guys and unified Rome because his mother, Helena, taught him that believing in God would change the fate of the war. And Constantine was able to win this war, and he decided that the Vatican should really be in Rome. That's how the Vatican became an institution in Rome, because Constantine wanted to please his mother and give that to the church. So the Amber Boys are doing something positive. So we really welcome this movement. This shift from Odeshi to God is a positive one. And we're predicting that the B, which are Biya's militias, they're going to have a tough fight on their hands. Probably they don't know this. But we're just warning those who want to die, let them go to Ambazonia. If you don't want to die, don't go to Ambazonia. That's the message we will give to people, especially if you are Francophone. If you don't understand English, I will do a video and I will translate some of this stuff in French for you to understand. This zone is going to be very, very dangerous for you. Okay?
Now, General Capo, don't come again for line. If you not see how they overtalk, so me when I not talk, see how they overtalk. Nothing with that, Papa. That fully Papa Biya the make and way, they vex me. If they vex me over, go pass. At the years of me, say he don't send some, he don't carry 3,000 army them for Switzerland or they call say now for France. Me, I no get with problem. We no get with problem for boy. Small problem we no get them for boy. Because even they mock me, General Capo, say me solve their problem. I go solve their problem. I go solve their problem. They give the one they talk for my people, them I go prepare send me the better log route. As from today.
They look by me that route.
They go log route. All route them. Yeah. Where they travel for there. Yeah. Me the better log all that route them.
No movement.
Because they don't discover say boy.
No movement.
Get hand for up. Yeah. Boy get hand for up. We're no school, no people pass for here.
They send now 11 truck.
They take their picking them, they travel truck with them. For go school.
Yeah.
For Yabunde. Me at the talk say na lie. That one na lie, eh? Now as we dey stand so, we dey talk all time, we dey wait them. Yes. When I look me fine, I know the fear no nothing.
If you think this zone has been dangerous before, it's going to be more dangerous. Now that there's going to be a lockdown, the civilians are not going to be around to impede the progress of the Amber Boys, so they're going to be moving freely, hitting and running. So stuff will be striking you before you open your eyes. Something strikes you, you don't even see it before you know you are down. In the following days even, we saw some of you guys in O2, they killed over 13 of Biya's B soldiers. Okay? So now that Mr. Biya is going to be bringing more soldiers to this zone, the boys are really happy because it's going to create more soldiers for them to kill. And they are really hell-bent on killing as many soldiers as possible. That's really what they are praying for. In their prayers, they want to kill as many B soldiers as possible. And this is going to happen because for the first time, they're going to have so many of these soldiers concentrated in a small area. So when they hit with one bomb, They can hit so many soldiers. And we think this is what will bring Mr. Biya to his senses. Because so far, the guys have tried to negotiate, but Mr. Biya is just like a terminally ill cancer patient who is going through 6 stages. He goes through anger. He goes through denial, anger, bargaining, depression, then, of course, acceptance and meaning. But right now, Mr. Biya does not even want to come to the stage of bargaining. He wants to stay in the area of anger and denial. So let him do that, and who's going to pay for it? More blood will be shed. So we understand that this is really going to be Mr. Biya's satanic show. The blood that will be spilled will be the blood of the B soldiers, because these guys believe in asymmetrical warfare. They have learned how to strike and run, and now they have better guns. The days when they were using den guns are really gone, because the boys now have better weapons. You can even see them using their weapons on TV. Let me just show you a video. You see how one of the Amber guys, with a badge of courage, is shooting his weapon in the air and even threatening that they are not afraid.
When they talk to her, they show example. You don't overpass power.
The route Biya told his travel.
Just you want to the way they come out, so Biya go pay more.
They are not afraid of Mr. Biya. So when you look at most of these videos we are sharing with you on the air, they really tell you that things are really going to be tough for Mr. Biya, and we think this is what will lead to the denouement of the struggle. Mr. Biya needs to be proven that force can be vanquished. Right now, he believes in militarization, but the way things are going to turn, when the Amber boys start killing so many of these soldiers from B, I think finally, and come to the table and negotiate. So this is why the Amber boys have to fight hard and to emerge victorious. Because with this lockdown and the new fight that is going to take place, the boys need to really emerge victorious. Because victory is what will teach Mr. Biya a lesson so that he should come to the table and negotiate. Right now, he's just a follower of Satan who just wants to spill more blood for the consumption of Satan. This is not good. And when you look at, as more blood is shed, the regime engages in propaganda. We saw when you look at most of the newspapers, they keep talking about Ayabacho. Ayabacho is the cheerleader of the ADF, so he wants to support his people. In fact, Ayabacho is one of those luminaries. He foresaw the need for self-defense before any other Ambazonian leader could think of it. Most of the Ambazonian leaders were naive. They just thought when they show evidence of genocide, the international community will run and save them. But that did not happen. So, which is why Ayabacho was really foresighted, because he saw the need for self-defense. The people could not just allow themselves to be killed. So they have to engage in self-reliance. They have to rely on their own resources. I think history has really shown that Ayabacho was right. Now, everything is moving to an armed conflict. The people now are better prepared. Boys now are men. So they are fighting, and we think the days ahead are really going to be really bloody. And it looks like the guys are really bent on taking the fight to Mr. Biya's palace. And before, just like Mobutu, he used to think that, no, he will never get to me. But the way we see Biya's history is going to end almost like Mobutu. Mobutu of Congo, Zaire, thought he was invisible. But the rebels eventually showed him that he was not invisible because they were tired of his dictatorship and they wanted to bring him down. So the same satanic cult Mobutu believes in, that's what Mr. Biya believes in. And we think that because he's part of Satan, the boys will emerge victorious because they are praying and God is with them. And we thank you very much. Before we end this show, we want to try now to share some ideas with you again. We saw a video the other day. This concerns Ivorians. In fact, our videographer drew our attention to this video. When we watched this video, initially we were like, is this Gbagbo? Laurent Gbagbo of Ivory Coast? Laurent Gbagbo used to be the president of Ivory Coast. Because the colonialists did not like him, they forced him out and put him in jail in the International Court of Justice. After he was released, people thought he was in France. So while a gentleman was walking, he was mistaken for Laurent Gbagbo. So some Ivorians in Paris who saw him walk and started assaulting him, and they assaulted him to a point that one of them recognized that, no, this is not Laurent Gbagbo. That's why one of them pushed him away so that they should not kill him. But the Ivorians were ready to kill him. So it's the same thing when Cameroonians see Mr. Biya on the street. Trust me, they will kill him because they know that this is their tormentor. This is the Satan who has been doing all these evil things to them. And they really want to bring an end to their suffering, to their slavery. So we thank you very much for watching this video. We don't want to make it long, but we have so many images and short videos that we want to show you so that you get to understand that there's a real crisis in Cameroon. The lockdown is going to take the war now to another level. And we think this is what will force Mr. Biya to come to the table and negotiate, because his soldiers are going to be dirks for slaughter, because they're just going to be there and they will just be at the mercy of the Ambazonia boys. And so the next few days are really going to be pregnant with meaning. And so you're going to see it. So we ask you to ask more of your friends to subscribe to this show, because we want to take our message far and wide. This is a new movement, a movement to change Africa. So if you believe in our message, we believe in self-reliance. That's the only way Africa can become independent from Europe, from America, if Africa has its own resources and develops its own resources. Right now, we have the resources, but people come and take the resources from us and kick us behind and look at us like beggars. We leave our countries and we travel abroad, we stay abroad when we have resources in our own land. So this needs to end. So this is our message, and we want to take this message far and wide. Whether you are a Muslim, whether you are a Christian, whether you are a Jew, please come to us, share this philosophy, because we want Africa to be really independent, okay? So share the video with your friends. We have a Facebook page. We have more than 5,000 friends on Facebook already. But we want you to start following us on Facebook, because every day we share messages. We see stories that are running in the media and we share them with other people. So we want you to get all these messages. So Facebook, go to Facebook, Prince Ojong. Follow me. You cannot become my friend because we have 5,000 friends already. So just follow me. Then tell your friends to come to YouTube and subscribe and share the videos. Share, share, and share. Please. Thank you very much.
Hey, yo, Shape, I thought you was gonna take me to this place so I could get my taxes done. You know I'm trying to buy a new house. What's up?
Let's get it on. If you're searching for a house, call up my man Prince Ojong, the best in real estate. Take it from your guy Shape. When I say his services are the best in the states where he's born, he even take care of your tax forms, fat refunds. So come, get your business done. Consultations, financial organization, fast processing, no waiting. This man is amazing. The Prince.
Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.